I've always believed that kindness is a superpower. But somewhere along the way, I learned that even kindness needs boundaries. Because when you're too friendly, too available, too giving, the world starts mistaking your light for weakness. And that's the most heartbreaking thing. When your love becomes your burden, when your openness becomes your exhaustion. I remember when I first came into this industry, I thought, if I just keep being nice, if I just keep saying yes, people will see my heart. People will understand me. But life has a funny way of teaching you lessons you didn't ask for. People don't always see your heart. They see your availability. They see how much they can take. And if you don't stop them, they will keep taking until there's nothing left for you. So today I want to talk to you, the giver, the empath, the one who says, it's okay, even when it's not. The one who keeps showing up for people who never show up for them. Listen to me. Being friendly is beautiful. Being kind is divine. But being available all the time is dangerous. Because when you are too friendly, you teach people to access your energy without earning it. You teach them that your time, your attention, your love are free. And what's free is often taken for granted. I learned this the hard way. There was a time I thought being silent was rude. That setting boundaries meant I was pushing people away. But what I didn't realize was silence is not distance. Silence is power. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, you start hearing your own voice. When you stop being everywhere, you start being somewhere that matters. There's something magnetic about mystery. Something divine about restraint. The most powerful people I've met, they don't talk too much. They don't show too much. But when they walk into a room, you feel them. That's not arrogance. That's energy discipline. See, your energy is currency. Every time you give it to people who don't value it, you're spending pieces of your soul. And if you don't refill it, one day you'll wake up empty, smiling on the outside but broken on the inside. So stop apologizing for being selective. Stop explaining why you're quiet now. You're not rude, you're just healing. You're not distant, you're just growing. You're not unkind, you're just done over giving. There's a peace that comes when you no longer chase, when you no longer try to prove your worth through how much you can do for others. Because true strength is not in how much noise you make, it's in how calmly you can walk away from chaos. I remember a time I used to overthink every silence, wondering if someone was upset with me, if I did something wrong, if I needed to explain myself again and again. But one day, I looked in the mirror and said, Priyanka, you've spent so much time being kind to everyone else. When will you be kind to yourself? That hit me. Because self-respect starts where over-explaining ends. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay if people call you cold or distant or changed. They're just not used to the version of you that finally loves herself enough to say, no. And here's the truth. The people who are meant for you will never require you to shrink yourself. They will never punish you for having boundaries. They will see your silence and still feel your love. So stop over-giving, stop over-apologizing, stop making yourself smaller so others can feel comfortable around you. Be kind, be warm, but be unavailable to anything that drains you. Because your peace is your new power. If you're listening to this right now, and you feel like you've lost your spark trying to please everyone, I want you to take a deep breath and remind yourself, you don't owe anyone your energy. Not your friends, not your job, not even your past self. You only owe yourself the truth. That you deserve to be treated the way you treat others. And if that means walking alone for a while, so be it. Because solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is where your power returns. There comes a moment in everyone's life when you realize that not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. I learned that the hard way. There was a time when I gave everyone access to my world, to my energy, to my peace. I thought if I kept showing love, if I kept showing up, people would see my heart. But they didn't. They saw an opportunity. They saw someone who would always understand, who would always forgive, who would always stay no matter how many times they crossed the line. And that's when I learned the difference between being kind and being used. Kindness doesn't mean you let people walk over you. It means you walk with grace, but you walk away when you need to. There's strength in walking away without explanation. There's power in silence that speaks louder than words ever could. For the longest time, I thought I needed to explain my absence. I thought I needed to justify my boundaries. But one day I just stopped. I stopped texting first. I stopped trying to make people comfortable while I was uncomfortable. I stopped apologizing for needing peace. And something beautiful happened. Nothing fell apart. The right people stayed, the wrong ones disappeared, and my world became quiet. But in that quiet, I found myself again. When you stop chasing people, something shifts. The energy you used to pour into convincing others of your worth starts coming back to you. You begin to glow differently. You start moving differently. You become whole again. That's when you realize, not everyone deserves to know you deeply. Some people only deserve to see you from afar. People often mistake silence for weakness, but silence is discipline. It's maturity. It's knowing that you don't need to respond to everything that tries to trigger you. You don't need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. The strongest person in the room isn't the loudest one. It's the one who can stay calm in the middle of chaos. I learned that the most confident people don't announce their moves. They just move. They don't prove their worth. They live it. They don't scream for attention. Their presence commands it. You don't have to shout to be powerful. You don't have to be available to be loved. You just have to be authentic, grounded, and selective about where your energy flows. Every no you say to someone who drains you is a yes to yourself. Every time you choose peace over drama, you choose growth. Every time you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your power. So don't feel guilty for creating distance. Distance doesn't mean hate. It means clarity. It means understanding who deserves access to you and who doesn't. People will call you different. They'll say you've changed. But that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Growth looks like silence. It looks like less talking and more doing. It looks like fewer friends but deeper connections. It looks like peace over attention, healing over hustle, alignment over approval. The truth is, you don't lose people when you set boundaries. You lose the ones who were using you. You don't become cold when you choose peace. You just stop burning for people who never brought warmth. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's sacred. It's what allows you to show up fully for the people who actually value you. So if you feel like you've been too friendly, too forgiving, too open, it's okay. You were just trying to love the world the way you wanted to be loved. But now it's time to love yourself that way. Be kind, but don't be naive. Be open, but don't be exposed. Be humble, but don't be a doormat. You can have a soft heart and still build strong walls around it. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to outgrow spaces that once felt like home. You are allowed to become the quiet version of yourself. The one who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't explain. Because peace is expensive, and you can't afford to keep giving discounts. When I started choosing silence over explanations, I noticed something powerful. I began to hear my own voice again. For years, my thoughts had been buried under the noise of other people's opinions, expectations, and judgments. I was so busy trying to be everything for everyone that I forgot how to simply be myself. But when I stepped back, when I allowed the noise to fade, I found clarity in the quiet. Silence teaches you things that chaos never will. It shows you who you are without the influence of the world. It reminds you that peace is not found in approval, it's found in alignment. I began to ask myself, what do I really want? Who am I when no one is watching? What makes me feel alive? And the answers didn't come all at once. They came softly, like whispers from my soul. I realized that I had been giving away too much of myself in search of validation. I thought love meant proving my loyalty, constantly showing up and never saying no. But real love doesn't drain you. It doesn't demand your energy at the expense of your peace. It respects your space. It honors your growth. It understands that sometimes love means stepping back, not holding on. The moment I understood that, everything shifted. I stopped asking, why don't they treat me the way I treat them? And started asking, why do I allow it? That question changed my life. Because the truth is, people will only treat you how you allow them to. And when you stop allowing disrespect, manipulation, and inconsistency, you stop attracting it. I know it's not easy to unlearn the habit of over-giving, especially when you've been the strong one, the kind one, the understanding one all your life. But strength doesn't mean sacrificing your peace. It means standing firm in your worth even when it's uncomfortable. It means walking away from what doesn't align with your energy even if your heart still cares. You owe it to yourself to protect your light. You owe it to yourself to rest, to breathe, to say no without guilt. Because your purpose isn't to be consumed by others. It's to shine freely, fiercely, and fearlessly. And sometimes shining means disappearing for a while, recharging your spirit, and returning with even more grace and fire. I used to think being alone meant being lonely. But solitude became my greatest teacher. It taught me that peace is addictive once you taste it. It taught me that I don't have to beg for connection, that my presence is valuable even when it's not loud. I learned that I can be soft and strong at the same time, that I can be kind and still say no, that I can love deeply and still let go gracefully. And that's the balance we all need to find, the balance between compassion and boundaries, between giving and protecting, between speaking and staying silent. Because real power isn't about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. It's about knowing when to engage and when to walk away, when to fight and when to let go, when to speak and when silence will say it better. So if you're tired, if you feel drained from constantly being the one who understands, I want you to remember this. It's okay to choose yourself now. It's okay to be unavailable. It's okay to protect your peace even if it confuses people. Because those who truly value you will never ask you to betray your own peace to prove your love. You are not here to please. You are here to live. To love in a way that doesn't destroy you. To give in a way that still leaves something for yourself. To stand tall in a world that keeps trying to make you smaller. You don't need to shrink to fit into anyone's idea of who you should be. You just need to expand into the fullness of who you already are. The right people will understand. The wrong ones will fade away. And that's not loss, that's alignment. When I began to honor my silence, something inside me started to change. My energy shifted. I no longer felt the constant pressure to be everything to everyone. For the first time, I was living for myself, not for approval, not for attention, not for validation. It was strange at first because I had built my identity around being available, always smiling, always saying yes, always being the strong one. But strength, I realized, isn't about endurance. It's about choice. It's about knowing when to stop carrying what was never yours to carry. The transformation didn't happen overnight. It was quiet, gradual, and deeply personal. There were days when I felt guilty for saying no, when I questioned whether I had become too distant, too cold. But with time, I understood that distance is sometimes an act of love for yourself. It's a declaration that says, I matter too. When I stopped overextending, I found myself attracting peace instead of problems. The conversations became more meaningful. The friendships that stayed became more genuine. The noise faded, and in that silence I felt power. Not the kind that comes from control or dominance, but the kind that comes from being deeply rooted in your truth. I used to think confidence meant being loud, being visible, being unstoppable. But true confidence is quiet. It's walking into a room and not needing to be noticed to feel valuable. It's smiling to yourself because you no longer need validation from outside. It's the peace of knowing that even if you lose everything, you'll never lose yourself again. There is a beautiful strength in restraint. The power of not reacting, not explaining, not defending. Because not every action deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves your attention. You learn to choose your battles, and most of the time, the battle isn't with others. It's with your old self. The one who needed to be liked, who couldn't bear to disappoint, who mistook exhaustion for loyalty. But when you heal, you start to see through different eyes. You stop needing to convince people to see your worth, because you've already seen it yourself. You stop chasing love because you found it within. And when that happens, you become unshakable. You start setting standards, not out of pride, but out of peace. You realize that you don't have to accept half love, half effort, half respect. Because the energy you give is sacred, and not everyone deserves access to it. I can tell you this from experience. When you start operating from peace instead of people pleasing, you start rising differently. Opportunities that once passed you by begin to align with your calm. The right people begin to notice your quiet confidence. You no longer chase energy, you attract it. And yes, some people will call you selfish. They will call you changed. But that's what happens when you start loving yourself properly. You stop playing small for people who can't handle your boundaries. You stop apologizing for protecting your peace. You start walking in rooms differently. Your silence becomes louder than your old explanations. Your stillness becomes your statement. I learned that boundaries are not walls, they're gates. They don't lock people out. They teach people how to enter. And the ones who truly value you will respect that. The ones who only wanted to take will quietly leave. Either way, you win. So, I began to build my life differently. I started giving time to what nurtures me. Reading, resting, creating, being still. I stopped feeling guilty for choosing peace over productivity. I stopped apologizing for choosing myself. And in that space, my creativity flourished. My spirit felt lighter. My presence grew stronger. It's funny how people notice when you stop overgiving. They start asking what changed. But the truth is, nothing changed except your level of self-respect. You just stopped performing. You stopped proving. You started living in truth. The version of me that used to seek approval is gone. I don't need to be liked by everyone anymore. I just need to be at peace with myself. Because the moment you choose peace, you become untouchable. Rebuilding yourself after you've been drained is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Because it requires you to unlearn who you were when you didn't know better. It means facing parts of yourself that you used to hide behind kindness. It means admitting that you gave too much, trusted too quickly, and stayed too long. But it also means forgiving yourself for all of it. That's the first step, forgiveness. Not for them, but for you. For the version of you that didn't know how to say no. For the one who confused attachment with love. For the one who thought shrinking yourself was the only way to be accepted. You have to forgive that version because she was doing her best with what she knew. But now you know better. The second step is rebuilding your boundaries. You learn that not everyone deserves the same version of you. Some people deserve your love, some only your politeness, and some nothing at all. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. Because the more you know your worth, the more selective you become with your energy. When I rebuilt myself, I did it quietly. I didn't announce my healing. I didn't explain my peace. I just started living differently. And people noticed. Some admired it. Some resented it, but I didn't care. Because my healing wasn't meant to be understood by everyone. It was meant to be felt by me. There's a moment in your journey where solitude stops feeling lonely and starts feeling sacred. You begin to enjoy your own company. You start doing things alone, having coffee, reading, traveling, and you realize how peaceful life can be when you stop chasing noise. That's when you meet your true self. That's when you see that you never needed external validation to feel complete. When you reach that level of self-awareness, your energy changes. You stop reacting to small things. You stop explaining to people who don't listen. You stop trying to be everywhere. Because you finally understand that peace is not something you find, it's something you create. Every no you say builds it. Every boundary you set strengthens it. Every moment of silence protects it. There's something magical about being unavailable to negativity, about not giving every situation your reaction. People will still try to provoke you, test you, misunderstand you. But you'll realize that your peace is too precious to hand over. You'll stop defending yourself because your energy will start speaking for you. Your calmness will become your loudest statement. When you stop seeking validation, you become powerful. Because validation makes you dependent, but self-worth makes you free. You no longer wait for people to choose you. You start choosing yourself. And in that choice, you begin to glow in ways you never imagined. You start attracting peace, opportunities, and love that matches your frequency. That's what rebuilding is. Not about proving anything, but about rediscovering everything that was already within you. It's about learning to walk alone without feeling empty. It's about learning that sometimes the greatest strength is the ability to stay silent, to stay kind, and still not be moved by chaos. You begin to realize that not every friendship needs to be saved, not every love deserves another chance, and not every story needs a closure. Some things are meant to end quietly so new beginnings can arrive gracefully. I've learned that peace doesn't come when life gets easier. It comes when you get stronger. When your emotions stop controlling you. When you no longer allow temporary feelings to make permanent decisions. When you stop chasing what's not meant for you. And here's the beautiful part. Once you find that peace, you'll never want to lose it again. You'll start protecting it like it's sacred, because it is. You'll choose silence over drama, clarity over confusion, distance over disrespect. And suddenly, life starts feeling lighter. So if you're in that phase right now, the rebuilding phase, trust it. It might feel lonely, it might feel uncomfortable, but it's creating a version of you that's unbreakable. The one who knows her worth, guards her peace, and loves herself without apology. There comes a moment when you finally understand that everything you were searching for was always within you. The peace, the love, the validation, the strength, it was never out there. You just had to quiet the noise long enough to hear your own voice again. That's what this journey has been about. Returning home to yourself. You see, when you stop being too friendly, you don't become cold, you become cleared. When you stop explaining, you don't become arrogant, you become grounded. When you stop over-giving, you don't become selfish, you become self-aware. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of boundaries. She's calm, she's confident, she's radiant, she knows her worth. You will lose people along the way. That's part of the process. Not everyone can meet you at the level of your growth. Some will fall away, some will misunderstand, but let them go with love. Because the truth is, you don't need everyone to understand you. You just need to understand yourself. When you choose yourself, you stop running after people who were never meant to stay. You stop chasing situations that disturb your peace. You start realizing that peace isn't something that arrives when life becomes perfect. It's what you create in the middle of imperfection. It's what you hold on to when the world tries to shake you. The power of silence isn't in saying nothing. It's in saying only what matters. The strength of boundaries isn't in building walls. It's in building gates that protect your energy. And the beauty of self-respect isn't in pride. It's in peace. It's knowing that you can love people deeply and still choose yourself completely. When you start honoring your energy, life begins to mirror that respect back to you. Opportunities feel lighter. Relationships feel calmer. Your days start to flow instead of fight. You begin to attract what aligns with your peace instead of what feeds your chaos. And that's when you realize this is what growth feels like. You don't need to shout your worth from rooftops anymore. You don't need to prove your goodness to people who refuse to see it. Your energy speaks louder than words. Your silence carries weight. Your calmness becomes your signature. The world will tell you to keep giving, keep pleasing, keep smiling, even when it hurts. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't heal others while you're ignoring your own wounds. You can't be everyone's strength while abandoning your own heart. So stop trying to save everyone. Save yourself first. And when you do, you'll notice how everything starts aligning. You'll attract friendships that don't feel heavy. You'll build connections that feel like home. You'll wake up and realize that peace is your natural state. You just forgot what it felt like. The woman who once gave everything away will one day look in the mirror and smile at the reflection staring back, because she finally understands she was never too much. She was just giving too much to people who gave too little. She was never too emotional. She was just surrounded by people who couldn't handle real emotion. She was never too kind. She was just giving kindness to those who didn't know how to receive it. So now she walks differently. She speaks softly but with certainty. She gives less, but what she gives has meaning. She's not trying to prove her worth anymore. She's living it. That's the power of transformation. That's the power of silence. That's the power of self-respect. And to anyone listening right now, I want you to know this. You are not rude for having boundaries. You are not selfish for protecting your peace. You are not cold for choosing distance over disrespect. You are not arrogant for choosing yourself. Be kind but don't be consumed. Be giving but not to the point of emptiness. Be open but not without discernment. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be real. One day, you'll thank yourself for every time you walked away quietly instead of explaining loudly. For every time you chose silence over chaos. For every time you said no instead of betraying your peace. Because that's when you truly become powerful. When you realize that your energy, your time, your peace, and your love are the most valuable things you'll ever own. Protect them, honor them, and never again apologize for being the woman who finally decided to respect herself. That's where your power lives. That's where your freedom begins. And that's where your story, your real story, finally starts. Follow us for next upcoming videos. Thanks.